What are aircraft plumbing lines usually made of? Metal tubing and fittings or flexible hose? How is metal tubing sized? By outside diameter in 1/16 of an inch and by wall thickness measured in thousandths. What precautions should be taken when routing fluid lines adjacent to electrical wiring? Route the fluid lines below the electrical wiring and maintain a clearance of at least 6 inches whenever possible. If it's too close, please make sure that both the wiring and the fluid lines are fastened to the aircraft structure by clamps or other methods that will maintain the separation. What is the purpose of the identification stripe running along the length of a flexible hose? To determine if the hose has twisted during installation. How are standard AN-type fluid line fittings identified? AN, black or blue, coarser threads, smaller shoulder. AC, gray or yellow, completely threaded. What is the purpose of using quick disconnect couplings in fluid systems? Quickly uncoupling for inspection or maintenance without loss of fluid or air entering the system. How is flexible hose sized? By the inside diameter in 1/16 of an inch increments. How much slack must be left in a flexible hose during installation? 5 to 8% to allow movement. What are the 3 parts of a military standard flareless tube fitting? The body, the sleeve, and a nut. What will be the result of over-tightening a flareless tube fitting? The sleeve edge will cut too deeply into the tube and cause the tube to be weakened. What are the 2 kinds of flares used in aircraft plumbing systems? Single and double. What is the advantage of flexible Teflon hose over rubber hose? It can be used in the same manner as rubber hose and it has a better operating strength. What precautions should be taken when deburring the cut end of a tube? Care should be taken that the tubing is not cracked or that the wall thickness is not reduced by the deburring process. What are the identifying features of AN fluid line fittings? The AN fitting has a shoulder between the end of the threads and the flare cone. How can you tell that a flexible hose has been installed in a twisted position? By the identification stripe running along the hose length. What type of fittings should be used with aluminum alloy tubing? Aluminum alloy fittings. What type of support clamps are used to secure metal hydraulic, oil, and fuel lines? Bonded support clamps. What is the purpose of a sleeve on a flare tube connection? To form the seal when the nuts are tightened against the mill fitting. When should grommets be used in tubing installations? Anytime the tubing passes through a hole in the aircraft structure.